All right, y'all, here we go. Let me see. My bad. People, no. Why you got on mismatched socks?
Hmm?
Why you have on mismatched socks?
Because I wanted different colors.
I'm back. Hey, Brown. And look, y'all. Listen, y'all so funny because Jamon gonna type in all caps. Like, Elvira, come back, come back. But I can't hear y'all. Y'all can hear me. So when he type, it's like, girl, he yelling. But anyway, that is funny. You said, welcome back, though. We can hear. Thank you. My bad, y'all. And I was just talking. So I was saying how I would have been doing DoorDash right now. And they have me at gold status. So when you're at gold status, you can't just DoorDash whenever you feel like it. You have to DoorDash. You have to schedule your DoorDash. But when you're platinum, you can DoorDash anytime you feel like it. And the reason why I'm at gold status and not platinum is because during the week, I haven't been doing any DoorDash orders. So you have to keep your overall deliveries and orders at 100 in order to stay at platinum, which is like the loophole. But if you keep it at like 90 and you do a little order here every day, you can stay at 100 because as the days progress, your 30 days shift. So what's been happening for me is that I haven't been doing any orders during the week, and I've been utilizing DoorDash on the weekends more because it just fits my schedule. But because during the week, you guys, I'm seeking the Holy Ghost. So I had to sacrifice something, and that sacrifice is DoorDash. And the Lord is so amazing because usually what I was doing prior to seeking the Lord for the Holy Ghost, I was getting off of work from my job, coming home, putting on my little DoorDash shirt and going out and doing DoorDash. That's what I was doing. So then when I decided to be serious about seeking the Lord, I was like, I don't want to do that. So not that I didn't want to do that. I'm sorry, I got distracted because I was thinking about backing my car up, but I was like, if you back it up, you're not going to be close enough to get the Wi-Fi. But so now that I come home, I'm going into the Lord with prayer. And like when I go into prayer, because I'm so emotionally invested, like after I'm done praying, last thing I want to do is go pick up some people's food. So by the time I'm done with prayer, I get home after like 5 o'clock. I go into prayer and seek the Lord for maybe like an hour. And then once that's done, it's like 7 o'clock. And y'all know me, I need my beauty rest, literally. And I go to sleep early. I'll be in the bed, and now that school is about to start, I definitely have to be in the bed on time, be up on time because I have to make sure that he's on time for school. So anyway, I've sacrificed DoorDash, doing DoorDash and earning money through DoorDash by seeking the Lord during the week. And then on the weekends, I'm still seeking the Lord, but I have more flexibility because I don't have to wake up to go to work. Now, I do work from home 3 days a week. So when I wake up in the morning, but then I'm working 8 hours, so I can't do DoorDash then because I'm working. So then therefore I need to do DoorDash when I'm done working. And when I work from home, which is like Wednesday through Friday, I do DoorDash in the evenings from like 5 to 8. But then because I'm less than 100 deliveries or orders, I'm in gold status. But let me tell you how good the Lord is. though I am in gold status with DoorDash, I still be getting high orders. I still get like 17, 15, $20 orders, which is typically what you get when you're on platinum. And you could get a little bit of that on gold too. The only thing is that I don't like about gold is that you can't just jump on whenever you feel like it. And that's what I like. So now I understand, you know, the importance of, for me, why I would want to stay platinum is because I can jump on whenever I feel like it. That's what I like. I like to jump on whenever I feel like it. You know, someone said to me, you know, Valdez, you operate on your own time. And I'm like, yeah, like what other time am I supposed to be operating on? And that's what I like to do. I like to operate on my own time. So, you know, it is what it is. You could have kept that comment, Jamon, because who cares? Like, child, that's why you look the way you look. I don't even know what you look like, but I know you look like something. What's up, go yo? Good morning. So what y'all been saying? Jamon said, I really don't know DoorDash was strict like that. Yes. So that's how they keep you in the loop. That's how they keep you in the loop of, you know, chasing the carrot. You know, they keep you in the loop of chasing the carrot. And all of these companies do, because they make money off of you, you know, chasing the carrot. And I'm like, no, I don't chase carrots. You're working for me, though it's your company, you're working for me. So I'm going to utilize this company the way that I need to earn what I need to earn. So if I keep my numbers high and I serve the Almighty God, like God been making a way for me when I get on DoorDash. You know, 2 days you make $100+ That's enough. I'm not out here trying to get rich off of DoorDash. I'm not trying to pay a mortgage off of DoorDash. I'm not trying to pay a car payment off of DoorDash. The Lord has provided me with a salary that pays all my bills. Whatever I earn on DoorDash is more so for, you know, go get a mani, go get some groceries, you know, put a little gas in your car, you know, get you a new little skincare product, get you a little new scarf, get your baby a couple shirts from TJ Maxx and something, you know. That's what DoorDash does for me. But there are people out here that make a living off of DoorDash, and it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing, I'm not downing that. What I am saying is that I don't need DoorDash in that way. So therefore, I don't have to chase the carrot of trying to stay above 100 deliveries within 30 days. Sometimes I'm going to fall short, especially when I have other means and I work 8 hours a day. And then I got to take the kid to school. And then I got to commute. And all of this stuff, man, please, DoorDash better pick somebody else, which they have. They got plenty of people. You said when you seek God first, he'll take care of your needs, period, Jamon. And that's what he's been showing me. And every order on DoorDash hasn't been top tier, but for the most part, the overall part of it all is that DoorDash do all right. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, because you know, y'all know me, I'm ambitious. I'm very, very ambitious. When I have a goal, when I have something that I want, you ain't got, like, let's get it. Let's get it. What you want to do? What you want to build? What you want to grow? What we growing today? What we doing today? What we working on today? You know, that's the vibe that I be on every day. What are we doing? Let's go. And if the Lord bless me, you know, with a husband, I need him to be on that vibe too. What we building today? What we growing today? Where we going today? What we doing? What we doing? Okay. But yes, so I thank the Lord for that. Yes. Hey, go yo. Period. What's up, Kenan Moore? I don't know how to say your name. Obnoxious and dishonest. What do you mean, Michelle? What's wrong with you? Girl, it's 9:55 in the morning over here. Where you live at? Why you wake up with so much hatred? Is it morning time where you live at? Where you live at? Your vibe is giving Detroit. Or maybe Flint, Michigan. Where you live at? Why are you so miserable? Why are you coming over here being miserable? It's giving Detroit. She mad for no reason. What you mad for? Shout out to Detroit. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody. And you know what's so funny? She had to subscribe to my channel to leave that comment, y'all. Or did I not put the monetization on? Oh, let me put that on. Oh, I forgot. Let me put the bug spray on the channel. There we go. I got the off on the channel. I got the off on the channel now. We got the bug spray up. We got the bug spray up. We had to put some, we got to spray it. Keep the trolls out. Put the bug spray on. What an SPF. We got to get the SPF. We got to protect ourselves. You know? We got to protect. Spray them. Put the bug spray on. That's why I put, you know, that's why I make it so that you have to be a subscriber. Because I'm leaving here with something. You're going to give me something if you're going to come over to my channel and troll. So if you become a subscriber, you can leave when you done, but you're going to give me something. You ain't going to come over here and talk mess for free. You're going to give me something. You don't get to come over here and just be talking for no reason. No, child, you're going to give us something. I know you're going to take your little subscribe back. That's all right, but you subscribe for a little bit. Hopefully, I give you a good vibe. You see how the Lord is just blessing me? I wake up in a beautiful mood. Even when a hater try to come on, even it was another little hater on another live. I was like, girl, boo. I was like, oh, well, you know. Anyway, though, you said we need that screen protector. Amen. We sure do. Y'all, not my phone. I might have to. I'm going to put it on a charger. You know, sometimes I don't like answering my phone because I don't ever know what you calling me for. Are you calling me for a favor? Because I ain't got it. I got to go out and do DoorDash now. You know, I saw somebody make a post. Oh, it was my cousin. She made a post on Facebook and she said, I get up and go to work every day to make money. Why are you calling me asking me for money? You need to get up and go to work too. I said, that's a word. That's a word. Because if I got to get up and go do my 8 at the job and then do DoorDash, why you can't do what you got to do? And it be people out here don't got no kids. They live at their mom's. And you ain't got no money? That was a word. I thank the Lord for that. My cousin said, why you asking me? I felt her on that. Why you asking me? I had to get up to go to work this morning just like everybody else. And then y'all know I get paid once a month from the main job. So y'all know the budget is strict over here. But anyway, it's Saturday. What are y'all doing today? Enough about me. I need everybody to go watch that short I post and hit the like button and share it. Why my phone not charging? Oh, you going to the grocery store before you go cut some yards. Good for you, Jamon. Landscapers make some good money, man. Thank you, sis A Brown. I saw your comment too. You know, I like to respond to my comments all at one time. I'll be responding. I see them, but if I like them in the moment, it'll take it off like my screen, and then I won't be able to like easily assess the comments that I haven't physically responded to yet. So thank you for your comments, sis. I did see it. Y'all don't need to see all of that. My Lord. Ah. He said, thank you, sis. God has been blessing me with more clients. Isn't that amazing? They just fall out the sky. Like yesterday, I was doing something and I heard my Shopify go, ching, ching. I was like, somebody just bought something. And it was one of the sisters. And then one of the products that she got, I was like, oh, you gonna love this product. But it's so expensive. Woo! That product alone for 16 ounces was $80. 80. But I said, girl, your skin gonna be glowing. Okay? You ain't gonna look. You keep up with this, you're gonna have to put in 90 days. Because it's the skin. So you know the skin does a turnover every 30 days. If y'all didn't know that, little skincare talk. So the skin does the cellular turnover every 30 days. So when you use natural organic products, you want to give it some time. So give it about 90 days to work, and then you'll start seeing your skin glow. And I told her, because I had to send her my before and after pictures. Because y'all remember back when COVID came out and we had to wear the mask, and we had to wear the mask on our face all day. And a lot of women, our this area right here, especially our chin, was broken out really, really bad. No matter how perfect your skin was, it did not matter, because you had on a mask 24/7. Many of us, our chin started to break out. So because of that, I wanted to look into products that was going to help me with my skin, but also be sensitive enough. So I found this mask, this powder that you can use as a cleanser, a mask, all of that stuff, an exfoliator. And I used it, and it cleared up those acne bumps and all of that. And then I made my elixir, which is the 24 karat gold serum, and that had papaya oil and rose hemp oil with a little gold flakes in it and some rose petals in it. And I used those two products that's on my website. It's called the Rose Collection. I used those two products, and within 90 days, my skin was glowing. That used to be one of my highest products. What happened was I stopped promoting my business because I got annoyed, because I was spending so much money on my business and I wasn't making the money fast. See, the thing about my skincare brand is that people come. The thing is, my products last a while, maybe 30, 60 days. So people come back and people love my products. but the they're not coming constantly. And then you have to invest in social media marketing, and you have to invest in, promoting your brand on social media and purchasing ad revenues and all of this stuff. And I didn't have a network. I didn't have a community. I was just selling my products to people that I know, and they were buying them. I can't lie. People really do love the products, but it's just a point that at that time, 2 years ago, I had a disagreement with the photographer, and I was so frustrated because I got tired of hiring photographers to do my social media photos. And people would say, like, why don't you just do it yourself? That takes a lot of time. It just does. And I didn't want to do that. So I was paying the social media, I was paying the photographer to take my pictures and to make my reels and stuff so that I can post them on the social media. And she would make me a whole catalog for like a month. And I would post like once every day, sometimes recycle some posts. And then, the economy started going cuckoo. I remember I used to drink those eternal waters, those big waters like with the fancy shape. I used to get the big ones. When I was buying those waters, it was like $1.29. Inflation started to happen back in 2023, 2022, 2023. Inflation started to happen. That water went up to $2. It went up from 129. Was it 129? Yeah, it was like, I'm sorry, maybe like 159 or something like that for a liter of the water. I used to drink the whole thing. Okay. Yes. So I would just grab one, the big ones, and just do it. Um, and then so then they started there, and inflation started to go up. So what the photographer had done, she had quit her job, not because of me, but when I met her, she shared her testimony, and she says, I'm doing photography full time. And I was like, okay. So I asked her for a price. She reached out to me. Greetings, Nixon. She reached out to me on Instagram. She found my brand. You know how freelancers do. So she found my brand. She reached out to me. She gave me the price. Instead of her having a conversation with me about, hey, life is life, and she had just bought a home with her boyfriend. They just bought a home. She had quit her job to do photography full time, and she needed, you okay?
Yeah.
Oh, she needed the money to come in. She just got a mortgage, and it's not that I did not understand. It was how she didn't have a conversation with me about shifting prices. So she started to give me subpar work. And I like nice things. And as you all can see, if you're not aware, Growing with Legend has a Instagram account. You can go to the Instagram account and see the aesthetic that I like for my brand. So she was giving me some meh, you know, and I didn't like it. So I asked her, I was like, I was asking her questions about the reasoning why the quality of this batch of content has kind of went down. And I guess she was having a very stressful day. And she kind of lashed out on me and was like, basically, I've been giving you content that you're not paying for. And at the end of the day, I said to her, how is that my fault? You gave me the price. When the price changed, when you felt like Elvira, Evie, Valdez, whatever, when you decided to change the price, when you decided to make the decision and say, okay, sis, I've been doing this for you for, this amount of money. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I was not mad because it was very affordable. That's why I was giving it to her every month. I was like, oh, here you go. I gave her little money because it was, and I don't mean no disrespect. I gave her the money. Let me not say little money. I gave her the money because I was like, oh, girl, I ain't gonna find this nowhere else. But because I liked her style, her content. I did not have any bills. I had not had this truck yet. I was living at my mom's. I was getting paid a decent salary. I was still working for the organization I work for now. So I didn't have any bills. So I would have gave her more money if she would have had a conversation with me about shifting the price. But instead, she got offended when I was questioning the quality of her work and asking her, like, why is this quality less than the quality before? And instead of saying, this is what you're paying for, and if you want the quality you've been getting for before, this is going to be the price, she kind of just cussed me out. And I was like, well, how was it my fault you gave me that price? You gave me the price. And when I said that, she never responded back. I was like, well, I guess that's the point. You gave me the price. Now you mad at me because you short yourself. But I would have gave her more money if she would have asked for more money. And after that situation, y'all, I was just so discouraged. I was like, this is like the third person that I have tried to work with my brand, with branding, with real content, with photos, content. And then the other reasons too is that I was living at my mom's house. So I didn't have the space, the means to like really push out a lot of content, so I was so annoyed. So it crushed my spirit. It did. And I stopped promoting my business. I stopped talking about it on social media. Because to be honest, it wasn't social media where my clients were coming in at. It was, you know, people word of mouth. And then through word of mouth, they'll find me on social media and then they'll like the content or like the page and so on and so forth. But it wasn't the social media page that was getting me new clients. My clients were coming to me because someone else told them about my brand. And then whenever, like, my client retention rate is amazing. No one has ever purchased from me and not came back. Now, if they don't like the products, they never told me about it. Okay? Now, if you don't like something, or if you would like something to be better, or if you feel like, Elvira, this batch is a little different than the last batch. For one, you have to keep in mind, these are organic, natural products. The formula is always going to be the same. However, one batch may not look and feel like the previous batch because of just it being natural products. So I got discouraged. I stopped posting my content, and here we are in 2025, and I'm picking it back up to post more content, to, once again, I would love to just have to hire someone. I would love the business to earn enough money where I can hire a photographer to do the reels, to do the photos, and all you have to do is send it to me so I can post it on social media, and then I will go on live. I will come talk to y'all. I will share my products online. I would talk about my products in person. And that's all I got to do. Because I really want to start getting into pop-up shops and having tables set up around the city. Like when they have events around my city, I want to have a table for my products there. Because I realize that it's me. I'm the brand. And then when people see me and they like, oh, your skin is beautiful. Oh, like, okay, I want to buy from her. That's more so what I want, but that takes time too. And that's what I would do. But I don't really have time to be sitting here taking photos of my products, and I'm so over that. Like the social media presence, I'm so over that. I would rather pay someone to do that. And when that situation happened, I was just so over it. I was, y'all. I didn't have the time. I was just over it. So don't be like me. Keep posting your content. Keep posting. And then now that I'm in holiness, I have a heart. I'm like, how can I market a skincare brand and I got to keep my skin covered? No, y'all just gonna see my hands, me putting oils and stuff on my hands and stuff like that. So y'all just y'all bear with me and say a prayer for your sister. So we got on that because Jaman said the Lord had been blessing him with clients, and it's a blessing. And I was saying, yes, the Lord will bless you, because even though I wasn't posting my business will still get like an order every here and there. And it'll be people that I have not seen and or talked to in months, and they'll just go on the website and purchase the products. And I'll be like, oh, thank you so much for blessing me. So it is a thing. She says, not doing much today. Says, gotta go out shortly and pick up some bits, especially fill up car for church tomorrow, God willing. Yes. You said, when I'll be ordering some more next check. Take your time, brother. The website ain't going nowhere. Said, it is changing, sister, but you can do it. I could do what? I done said so much, I don't know what I said. But we're gonna close the video out pretty soon, as it's getting close to Legends practice time. What I say, brother? Can y'all still hear me? Y'all, I ain't gonna hold y'all. Woo, God is so good. Okay, cause y'all like, oh, y'all just enjoying the vibe. Y'all just be enjoying the vibe. Y'all, let me tell you something. I have never like listened to a person talk and say, I like the way they sound. Let me play their videos while I go to sleep. And I did that. And I was like, oh my goodness, Lord, help me. I need you to help me. Oh, Lord, I need you to help me. Help me on my journey. Help me on my way. I'm telling you. So last night, I kept waking up in the middle of the night, and I was like, oh, let me play this. So I could go back to sleep. But tomorrow is Sunday. I hope you have a great travels to church tomorrow. It's early, and I got to start my day. He got a haircut appointment. Then a barber gonna say, you always late. He's like, I'm just noticing you got poor time management skills. So I booked his appointment at 11:45. And then I said, can I come at 3? He said, what day? I said, Saturday. He said, 3 is booked. I said, okay. Then I said, what about 12? And he said, he ain't say nothing. And then I said, never mind. I'll keep the time I got. He said, just come at 12 because you always late anyway. I noticed you like to move on your own time, Valdez. He said, you like to move on your own time, Valdez. Yes. Yes. And I'm working on that, Tony Nixon. So a lot of times when I buy the butters, it's mostly the butters. When I get the butters from the vendors, sometimes the texture of the butters I get from the vendors is a little different. So, and it's the same vendor, but even on their disclaimer, like on their website, and maybe I need to put that on my website. Maybe sometimes on the disclaimer on the website, they'll say, um, each batch is, it'll say each batch is not going to be the same, not going to have the same color. Even with like the oils, the grapeseed oil on the vendors, the inventory website, they would say um the texture, or no, the color of the oil may be different because you're dealing with a natural product. So sometimes, depending on how it's grown, how it's beaded or whatever, like, so shea butter has a more thick, hard consistency. Mango butter is more smooth. It's very smooth. And the last time I got the mango butter, I had to, I had reached out to the vendor. I was like, "Is this?" And it was mango butter, but it was a little bit more. It was more on the kind of like the rough side than I typically would get. So I had to have a conversation, sent an email to the vendor, and of course they pointed me to that. So I'm really striving to try to keep the consistency the same, with everything, but sometimes it gets hard because you just don't know what. I know what the product is, but I'm saying sometimes that consistency can be different. And then another thing is when you whip it, and this is my part, and I have to learn, I'm getting there. I have to put a timer on to make sure when I'm whipping the butters that I'm whipping it for the same amount of time each time, because sometimes if I whip it not long enough, it can come out a certain consistency, and if I whip it too long, it could come out another consistency. And I could take accountability for that and saying that part of it. But the ingredients, the measurements, the ingredients, all of that is going to be consistent and the same. However, when you're whipping something, if I whip it too short, it's gonna have a different consistency. If I whip it too long, it's gonna have a different consistency. If I ship it to you in the middle of summer and it's hot, and you put it in, you get it and it's melted, and then you let it get solid, it's going to change the consistency. if and that's one of the hardest things when you have a natural product, is the consistency. And I'm not just saying like the texture, more so. The texture is always going to be a little different. The oils, not too much, but the butters, absolutely. Because what happens is that the butters are melted. I take the butters and I melt them, and then I have to freeze them or cool them to bring them back to the solid. And the reason why I melt them is because I add in things like emulsifying wax and citric acid. And what those do is that, for one, it helps bind the butters and the oils together, but then it also helps so that when you guys are using these products, it's not like you just putting oil on your hand and now it's just like butter oil just sitting on top of your hand. So when you go to other brands and you get their butters and it's real liquid or it's real soft to touch, and as soon as you put it on your skin, it just melts, right? Well, that my products do melt in the hand once it's warmed, but the reason why when you get someone else's product, because it's just butter and oil. So as soon as you melt the butter or oil, it's just oil sitting on top of the skin. But when you add in things like citric acid and emulsifying wax, and you add in those type of adjectives, it helps solidify the product more, but then it also helps with it not just sitting on top of the skin. So that is so you can tell her that's why. But it is one of my goals, and with the help of AI, I am going to figure out a way to stay consistent each time, because it was one time I made it and I was like, this is it, and I don't know what the heck happened. I'm like, why? And I really think it's me and how long I'm whipping the butters. So, you know, I'm not Target, I'm not Walmart, I don't have a big manufacturing company, but I can work on the things I need to work on. So thank you for you should have asked me that. I would have told her. But anyway, y'all, time to take nephew to Taekwondo, and we'll see you all on the next one. This was a cool little chit chat, y'all. I appreciate you all for supporting the business overall. Thank you all so much. And I still got work to do. But we doing it. All right, we doing it. So I love y'all, and I will see y'all on the next one. Make sure y'all like the video on your way out. I'm gonna see if anybody say bye. See you, Sister A. Brown. See you next time, Tony Nixon, Jamine, Goyo, all the haters, all the trolls in the background. Shout out to y'all. Thank you. Bye.